guys mentioned, the way we're starting games is very perplexing to me because we've played pretty well the last 30 minutes of the last two games on both ends of the floor. And it's the same group that scored on 4 of the first 15 possessions to start the game, scored on 9 out of 13 to start the second half. So, we as a coaching staff have to do a better job of evaluating the positions we're putting them in to start the game. Fortunately, the defensive intensity was there to start the game, and we made some things tough for Drake. But, I really felt like the defensive job we did on Van Diest, Weedle, and Rice was really the difference of the game. They're their big three, and it was obvious probably to anybody watching the game that our plan was to stop those guys and provide some help off a few of the others. And as a result, a few of the other guys had a few more points than they've been scoring. But that was something we were willing to give up to try to slow them down. I thought Caleb Pope did an outstanding job on Weedle. I've always liked his game. And, he took a couple threes late. Our goal was not to allow him to get 4 3-point shots, and he had a couple late. But really thought defensively we did a good job.
Questions?
I take it from your facial expression that you probably wouldn't agree with Kenny on the productivity of the last couple of days of practice.
Kenny's an optimist, obviously.
I guess was that a concern?
I just didn't. This team has had it's been a little bit of a habit to not practice well 2 days before the game as we're trying to, as they're getting the game plan and they're trying to figure it out. There's a lot of thinking going on, and that's understandable. But then they've been pretty, pretty locked in and focused on game day, or on the day before the game. The last practice when we're really cleaning things up and make sure that everybody's on the same page with what we're doing. And yesterday, for whatever reason, that wasn't there. I don't know if it's a New Year's Eve thing. I don't know what the reason was, but it wasn't great yesterday. It's somewhat of a juggling act when you're playing some guys some big minutes and you're playing every couple days, and yet you need to get some work done on the practice floor where you have to go live because I just don't feel like you can walk through things and simulate what you have to do on the defensive end in particular. So the good news is they executed it better in the game than they did in practice from a defensive standpoint. And once we got moving, the ball moving a little bit better the second half, and later in the first half, I thought our offense was more effective. To do that without Gregory, he got a couple cheap fouls early, and I think that kind of impacted him. Then I don't know if he tweaked his ankle or something on that fast break play, and he never really got in the flow tonight. But for us to do what we did without him is certainly a positive.